Firefighters in Southern California are battling to contain two new wildfires which started overnight. One of them was in San Bernardino. Residents were forced to evacuate the area as the powerful Santa Ana winds fueled the fire. At least 6 homes have already been destroyed. Chris Martinez is in San Bernardino, California with the very latest.
Flames sent smoke into the sky Thursday morning as California struggles with another day of wildfires.
This fire moves so fast and continues to have the potential to move so quickly.
Overnight, fire engulfed this home in San Bernardino as neighbors looked on.
I managed to put the hillside out around my backyard and keep my house from burning. I mean, I feel bad that others weren't able to do that, you know.
A mandatory evacuation order was in effect, but some residents refused to leave.
That's kind of the only reason we stayed, my son and my brother and I, just to fight it if this house ignited. And we did get the palm trees out, but once the roof caught on fire, it was just too much to control.
The Hilltop Fire in San Bernardino is one of 2 new wildfires that exploded last night in Southern California.
It's getting busy.
Oh my gosh, is it getting busy? You guys
fueled by powerful Santa Ana winds. Firefighters from different parts of California have been called in to help.
We're leapfrogging around, just trying to address as much as we can to try to keep it in check.
This is one of a number of homes the Hilltop Fire tore through overnight, and you can see firefighters are still positioned throughout this neighborhood in case the fire flares up again. The new fires come a day after a wildfire in Simi Valley came dangerously close to the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. The National Weather Service says the red flag conditions that sparked all these fires remain through this evening.
And Chris Martinez joins me now from San Bernardino. So Chris, you're where the Hillside Fire has been roaring since the early morning. What have you been seeing? What's going on there on the ground?
What's going on right now, Rena, are firefighters like the ones right here next to us. They're going around and they're mopping up any hot spot they can find. Right now, they've been paying a lot of attention to this tree you see here because it's been smoldering. So they're going in this area and finding anything that looks like it could spark up again and doing their best to put it out. And that's because this is the fire that has destroyed this home and at least 5 others. They want to make sure this fire does not get a chance to reignite. And we do still have some winds here. They're not as strong as they were overnight, but they are still blowing here. They're going to stay that way likely until later on this afternoon or until the evening. So firefighters, Rena, are doing everything they can now to mitigate the danger going forward.
We know that evacuations were ordered as this fire was spreading, but how much damage are you actually seeing there firsthand?
Well, in this area where we are here, this is where the bulk of those homes were damaged or destroyed. And what happened is if you look up here, you'll see the fire started up here in these hills and it came right down here, pushed by the winds into this neighborhood. So this house is one of several right in this cul-de-sac area where we are that was either destroyed or heavily damaged by the flames. Now, once you get further into the neighborhood, you don't really see the signs of any damage. You don't really see the effects of the fire because this is where firefighters were able to hold the line and stop the flames. But this section of this neighborhood here in San Bernardino got hit very hard.
So there's a red flag warning in the area, meaning that there are strong winds, dry conditions, warm temperatures. How are the crews trying to contain these? What lies ahead for them? And are they confident that they'll be able to contain it further?
So really it comes down to manpower. We have thousands of firefighters in the area, a lot of them pre-positioned in certain areas over the past few days where they knew that the winds would be hitting at their highest. At this point, what we have seen beyond the firefighters on the ground are a lot of firefighters in the air. This area was just being hit relentlessly with airdrops earlier this morning, and that made a big difference for the Hilltop Fire. The good news is the forecast is shifting now, so we expect the winds to continue to die down throughout today, and forecasters don't see any of these heavy winds moving through the weekend or into next week. So hopefully, Rena, in the next couple of days, with the wind dying down, it's going to give firefighters a chance to really get the upper hand on all of the fires burning throughout the state.
We certainly know that they could use that extra help. Chris Martinez, I want to thank you very much for joining us.